You know, this election, I'm the greatest loser. My party is not participating. But because of the Supreme Court ruling that there must be elected officials to manage the affairs of local government, I have, as a president, as a governor, I have to obey them. It did not end there. The president, after the Supreme Court invited us, and we had an understanding that we have a compliance duration of 90 days. So what we're doing here is to make sure that even if my party is not participating, the council process must stand for it.
So that was yesterday, right? The governor was speaking, but he wasn't this calm at midnight today, just after midnight, where we understand that he visited the River State Independent Electoral Commission, RSIEC, and he was quite livid. Well, he said that some police officers were trying to take over the State Independent Electoral Commission. So he went with his people. You had the Okojumbo group and others. And we understand that they're keeping watch now, and even the chief of staff, right? So let's touch base with our correspondent, Charles Operum, and get exactly what is going on in River State. Charles, I know it's been a very long morning for you, but just speak to us. What is going on, Charles?
Indeed, my morning started very early. And yes, I am standing in front of the River State Independent Electoral Commission. If you look behind me, you'll see that there are people here, and they are keeping watch. They say they are providing their own security to make sure that the police does not break into the facility to truncate the election. Earlier, some of the visuals I sent in, you hear them chanting "election must hold." Even as they are singing now, the song that they're singing is "election must hold." The speaker of, the speaker of the pro-Fubara lawmakers, Victor Okojumbo, is here. The chief of staff, Edison himself, is here. And of course, another member of the pro-Fubara lawmakers, Big Boy, is also here, alongside their supporters, chanting, singing, saying that the election must.
Oh, yeah. But not to worry, we'll try to reconnect with Charles Operum. It's quite an eventful morning there in River State. And we understand that things got a bit rough earlier on with our correspondent, Charles Operum. So we understand he's safe now, and he was just speaking to us, as you heard. So we'll reconnect with him. But Bukola, what is playing out in River State, as I had said earlier on, is reminiscent of what we'd seen in the previous time out. There's always some sort of issue with politics in River State. The governor himself was asking why, when he spoke earlier on, a clip that will show you eventually, was asking why River State. So you wonder what exactly is the issue that we have this perennial, or reason that we have this perennial issues in River State.
And this is the time when I miss Jeffrey, who's quite familiar with the issues in River State. And Jeffrey would say that the politics of rivers is not for the faint-hearted. And that is so true. It's a good thing that Charles is safe. But there was some report earlier on that he may have been attacked. And we'd like him to speak to that. We understand that Charles is back now. Hello again, Charles. Charles, speak to us about what exactly happened. It's good to know that you're safe now, but how or who attacked you in the first place, and why?
Okay, so when I arrived here, I tried to get some shots, and somebody attacked me. I think they must have mistaken me for someone else. But eventually, I think it was Sotari who came out and said to them, no, Channel TV report.
We apologize for that hitch. We'll try to get Charles back. But it will also be very important at this point to know what the police is saying in River State, and to get clarity exactly about what their role would be in the River State local government election that is supposed to take place on Saturday. That will be tomorrow, October the 5th. We want to know whether or not they'll be abiding by the Federal High Court judgment or the River State High Court judgment. But we told you earlier on that, the state governor was not very happy, particularly after midnight, when, according to a statement issued from the state government, they foiled an attempted move by the police to overtake the office of the River State Independent Electoral Commission. And Kaide was saying earlier on, that we're talking about the volatile nature of the politics in River State. We could talk about many years down the line when some reporters have been attacked and they only escaped by the whiskers. The intensity of the politicking in River State, particularly during campaigns. Now, when will River State exit this, period of, battles of supremacy between political rivals and all of that?
Let's connect with Charles now. Quite a very important background laid there. But Charles, go ahead, please.
Yes, as I was saying, it was Sokari Good Boy, a member of the House of Assembly, who is loyal to the governor, who came out and identified me. Even they saw my ID card. I have my ID card pinned on myself, and then he said, "Oh, no, allow him. He's a reporter. Let him go." And that's how the people who surrounded me let me go, So it was that's one thing. But right now, I'm they're still there. They are keeping watch, keeping vigil. They say they are going to be here until the election holds. Howdy.
Oh, Charles, we understand that there was some incident at midnight, just past midnight, around 1 a.m. The governor going to RSIEC with his people, saying that the police was trying to take over, and he made some strong statements against the IGP, even Justice Lifu there. Can you speak to us about what exactly transpired, what the police is saying about that incident, and what you know?
Okay, yes, indeed. The videos are everywhere. The governor came here when they heard that the police had come here to, some policemen actually came here to force their way into the facility. We haven't gotten a comprehensive statement from the police. Though there was a statement from Grace Iringe Koko this morning, the spokesperson of the police command, she said in that statement that the River State Police Command was acting on instruction from the fourth legal department, and that they were going to obey the judgment of the Federal High Court in not taking part in the election. And I raised the question with her, okay, fine. You're going to be withdrawing your men from taking part in the election. Does that also mean that you're going to prevent the election from holding? She said she was going to get back to us. So that incident occurred here at about 1 a.m., as I understand. And the governor was here alongside Victor Okojumbo, Edison Ege, Awaji Abiante, Sokari Good Boy, and a couple of other of his loyalists. And barely a couple hours later, they are here in full force with their supporters, and they are keeping watch to make sure that it doesn't repeat itself this morning. Howdy.
Charles, it would seem like the police has taken a position on whether or not to provide security for tomorrow's election. And what is the state government now saying in terms of security? How would security be provided if it's insisting that the election will go on as planned tomorrow?
The governor has, or rather the RSIEC staff has said that the police is not the only security agency operating in the state, and they just left it at that. They didn't say whether or not they're going to be engaging the civil defense, the army, the navy, the immigration, or any other security agency. All they said was that the police is not the only security agency operating in River State, and so they are at liberty to engage any other security agency that they want to provide security for them for this election. So that's basically the situation here. There is still a level of uncertainty, a lack of clarity about how security for this election is going to be provided. We don't know for a fact, but we know for a fact that they are determined that the election will hold. Guti.
Well, it's a very interesting period. Not the kind of interesting that we really want to see. We expect that things go smoothly with that one. But Charles, thank you for that update. We understand that the governor was meant to address the statewide broadcast by 8 a.m. I don't know, has that happened? Do we know anything about that?
It's probably happening right now as I'm standing here. I'm standing in the rain in front of the RSIEC office. So the broadcast is probably happening as we speak. So when I leave this place, of course, we'll definitely file that in. Howdy.
And Charles, we must commend you for that. Standing in the rain, ensuring Nigerians get a sense of what is happening in Rivers State. Thank you for your reportage. Please get back to us when you have more. Please stay safe as well amidst all of the back and forth in Rivers State. Our correspondent, Charles Soper, providing us with live updates of the situation in Rivers State. But just in case you're wondering what played out at midnight, what did Governor Fubara say at that moment? He was quite livid. Would like you to listen to Governor Fubara's statement right after what he described as foiling the attempt of the police to take over RSIEC. We'll take a listen.
Letter with the judgment that we have to him, and what he's acting on is what he called the federal government, the judgment he got from the Federal High Court. Even at that, if we should go by that, the judgment in the Federal High Court, did he say election should be bad? Lifu, that's that justice that gave that fraudulent judgment. Did he say no election? Rather, he technically said, don't provide. We don't need your security. We will provide our own security. After it happened in Anambra. Go away with your security. But this election must hold. If you like whatever it is you want to do, do it. The election result will be declared. People will be sworn in. I say it here. What kind of a country is it? And when it comes to the issue of Rivers State, it becomes different. You're not ashamed of yourself. You call yourself the Nigerian police.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. I will be here. In fact, if I go back and I hear anybody, I will come here. This is my property. And you don't have any power whatsoever to bar me from entering it. Yes. Just try it. That part of your history as a very wicked and fraudulent Nigerian police will include shooting Fubara.
Yes.
I think I've given you enough respect. Well, let me say it to all Rivers indigents. Everyone residing in Rivers State, election will hold.
Yes.
Yes. Election will hold. Yes. Anything that wants to happen, let it happen.
We are here. We are here.
I don't understand.
I'm not going anywhere. Let me fear anybody.
All understand. So, everybody, just relax. Nothing is happening. We are ready. If we know that this is going to be the last fight, and we will take it to the end. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Of Rivers State speaking in the early hours of today around RSIEC, that's the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. People are keeping watch right in front of RSIEC.